Hi Cancer, welcome to your reading for January 2023. This is going to be for Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. You may be intuitively guided to the channel, don't even know, or to the reading, and you don't even know if you have Cancer in your chart. You probably do, or your guides just wanted to reach you. You could certainly be here checking in on a Cancer, maybe you love a Cancer, platonically or romantically. If that's the case, know that your guides know that you're here, so you also receive messages. Yeah, so we have a lot going on for this reading. I do want to let you know, I just want to check real quick. Alright, I have not done your year in review yet, but I will get that done soon, so keep an eye out for that. And I definitely feel like these monthlies, you want to look at the yearly, and the yearly is something you want to just keep in your back pocket and use it throughout the year, because some things won't make sense until some things happen, right, or changes are made or what have you. But I will get that done. If it's something you're interested in, definitely make sure you have your notifications on. I want to thank you while I'm talking about that for liking the video, sharing the video, subscribing. Welcome to anyone who's new, and thank you to everyone who's been with me. So much gratitude. I am doing a monthly special. It is ending at the end of December. I'm trying to get videos out as quickly as I can so those who want to take advantage of it can. And I'm doing $30 off a personal reading. Personal reading is very in-depth. They're usually an hour and a half to 2 hours long. I pour my heart and soul in them. So I don't do specials on them, but I just felt this year like I should do one, so I am. I'm also doing a buy one, get the second one half off. You can certainly give one to a friend, keep them both yourself, whatever you want to do. It does have to be paid up front, but yeah, whatever you want to do. You can schedule one, for an upcoming one, and then let's say in the springtime something happens and it's like, I need a reading. Well, it's already paid for. So, anyways, I have those available. I also have a membership program where we do go live on Tier 3. I'm going to do some restructuring so that Tier 2 and Tier 3 can both go live. So I'm going to bring the price down on Tier 3, bring the price up on Tier 2, and find a happy medium, because I love having... I love having all the members there. I just love it. And like I said, we go live. It's questions. You ask whatever questions you want. There's no limit. Truly, there's no limit. The biggest limit would be my phone. When my phone dies, it's done. And I do have some Cancer members, so shout out to you guys. All right. Let's get into your reading, though. All right, we're going to use 4 different decks. We're going to use our Mother Mary for our words of wisdom. For your clarifiers, I brought out the Crystal Vision because I know a lot of you like the Crystal Vision. For your main spread, I'm going to use the Good Tarot. This is a deck that I love using for you. And then we are going to use our majors. And these are just to... give us bullet points of what we need to know. Sometimes they tell a story of their own. I try to take 3, but whatever comes out, I don't refuse them because I do shuffle them. All right, but we'll use those in a minute. Let's go ahead and start with Mother Mary. Again, pre-shuffled, but I do like to give it a shuffle or 2 with you here. Okay, well, that's pretty clear. Patience. You're probably like, come on. Patience. Listen, That can mean that you've had to have patience, and maybe something is developing, right? And I don't know, I just get this feeling like, you know, I don't want something before it's time. Maybe I want it, but it's like divine is saying, have patience for, you know, those good things are coming your way. I trust in divine timing. I trust in divine timing. This card reminds me of, you know, it reminds me of the Eight of Swords, but also reminds me of Temperance. I say the Eight of Swords because this unicorn is behind this fence, and, you know, I get this feeling that the unicorn feels like that's where I have to stay. But I feel like when something is ready, that the unicorn's going to stand up and then step over that fence. That's how simple it is. Okay, we'll read that from the book at the end of the reading, and I'm telling you, that's where it's going to be profound. These are not short little readings. They're not short little readings because maybe it's the Virgo in me. It's like I want the details. I don't want just your situation. I want to know if, like, you want to get out of that situation, how can they get out of this situation? If there's something that you want to manifest, how can they manifest it? So I'm not just looking for, like, okay, well, what's Cancer situation right now? I want to give you clarity on how you can manifest whatever it is you want to manifest. Alright, we have the Devil. Not the first time the Devil has showed up, I have to say. I just did Gemini's reading, and it was also the first card of Capricorn. We have the Magician, beautiful, the Manifester. And then we have the Hermit. Card of Virgo. Though I don't really look at these as people, I look at it as energy. It's interesting because you have the Hermit. I don't know why I want to say like up against the Devil. But really what the Hermit is doing is, let me bring this down, is seeking wisdom for the Hermit's next steps, right? Sometimes it's going through the dark night of the soul. Interesting because the Magician's looking over at the Devil. The Devil can be illusionary energy, something that I feel tied to, that maybe I'm not really tied to it. The Devil speaks of temptation. You know, there's a light and dark in all of us, and it's about finding that balance. You know, the Hermit is coming out of this energy, moving towards a future very clearly with this beacon of light. I feel like the Magician took a long, hard look at the Devil's energy. I wish we could call it something else. But in the same breath, I have to say, I feel like because I was willing to look at the things that maybe tempted me in the past, I don't feel like it's something you want to recreate. Now, I also have to say, for some of you, this could certainly speak about a Capricorn and a Virgo and the manifestation of the two. Okay, let's bring in the good tarot. And let's see exactly what they're here for. Let's give them a cut. And Cancer, I'm going to let your story unfold. Just what I feel guided to do today. I feel like we need more room. Okay. Let's begin. Well, Judgment. Judgment's another card that has been showing up over and over and over again. I think you are the seventh, well, that makes sense, the seventh sign that I've done so far. And Judgment has been in probably 5 of them. This is about your spiritual team. You know, I have a feeling Judgment is showing over and over because of the year 2023 is meant to be a very spiritual time. You know, I do want to say though, Cancer, for you, I feel like there's a few things you want to think about. First of all, those that are in relationships right now, there can be misunderstanding. I don't know why I'm picking this up, but there can be misunderstandings, and I feel like if we don't deal with that misunderstanding, like through a talk, one-on-one, you know, nip it in the bud, then it can snowball. So I feel like any type of relationships, now it doesn't even have to be love, it can be platonic, it can be a work relationship. If there issues arise for you, I'm not going to say just for the month of January, because Saturn's going to have a big influence over you this year. Jupiter's going to have a big influence over you this year. So, you know, you have a lot of luck. You have a lot of ability to really create financial, let's just say, freedom for yourself. But as it relates to love, first of all, I feel like new love, or even love that's reconnected, let's say from the past, I feel like is going to be very good for you this year. Again, we're in a year 7, which is a very spiritual year. So I feel like soulmate energy. I just have a feeling you're going to get a soulmate energy somewhere. So anyways, keeping all that, and also 2023, I was going to say 2017. What happened in 2017? 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I could put some of you like in a 5 life path. Anyways, what was I going to say? I feel like this is going to be a great year for love for you. But again, I feel like the main issue for current relationships will be if there's any type of issues that come up, deal with them. You know what I mean? Deal with them. So, we have Judgment. Judgment is your spiritual team, and they are calling you to the present moment. You know, it's interesting how right off the bat when I saw Patience, and I felt it, I felt like, okay, I've had the patience. Now I feel like there's movement. Well, Judgment would say that, because there's about to be a rebirth in your life, in one particular area, or maybe in your whole life. This also means that you're receiving signs, and your team wants to remind you that your signs come in the present moment. You know, I can't look back for the signs. I can look back and see why certain things happened, right? I can reflect. But this is about moving forward now. So we're moving forward on something. Let's keep going. We have the 4 of Pentacles. By the way, I also feel like this is going to be a great year for self-employment. But in whatever you do, because I feel like your creativity, and again, when I say creativity, it doesn't mean like I have to be an artist. Just anything that comes from your soul, it's like you feel it, I feel like is going to be very successful. You know, I love the 4 of Pentacles next to Judgment because it means a strong foundation. We have the 3 of Pentacles. Interesting. So the 3 of Pentacles, I mean, right next to the 4 of Pentacles. How do I build this strong foundation? Through your creative house. You know, the 3 of Pentacles is about not being afraid to be who you are. It's your individuality that stands out, especially as it relates to your money here. It's like it is your piece of the puzzle that really, I don't know, I feel like it puts you head over shoulders. Is that the right saying? Head over shoulders? No. Anyway, I like how the Three of Pentacles is also connected to the Hermit, because spiritual businesses feels like it's going to be very, very, very good. Maybe it's something you're just bringing out to the world. Maybe it's something you've been thinking about, but this feels like the time for action. We have the King of Swords, King of Air, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This king is mirroring Judgment. I gotta readjust my chair. You talk about this king. This king in the upright is king of communication, right? It is about communication. And I want you to remember, try to remember in my readings, like a king can be a female. A queen can be a male, right? We all carry masculine and feminine energy. Sometimes, you know, like I know I live a lot through my masculine energy, but there's periods where I just had to. So it's harder for me to bring out my femininity. You know what I mean? I didn't even say that right. But anyways, this is King of Communication, King of Truth. This could certainly speak to some of you about your own voice and the importance of your voice. And because it's in a king's body, let's say, I feel like I've learned, like this is from things that I've learned through my life. Well, hello, sun. Brand new day. The sun is at your back. You know, anytime the sun shows up in a reading, it talks about happiness. It talks about your inner child and allowing your inner child to come alive. Sometimes that just means a good song comes on the radio, you get up and you dance. You know what I mean? Like, whatever you need to do. The sun, card of Leo, ruler of Leo, I should say. There's a new beginning in something. Well, hello. The World, the next chapter. This is another card that has been showing up reading after reading after reading, and it makes complete sense, right? Because let's look at 2023 as the next chapter, right? It's the next chapter in our life. The World speaks of what I feel like is the most spiritual time in my life. You know, I feel like I reach the World's energy because I have a much better understanding of my spirituality and how I'm using my spirituality on this earthly plane, just exactly as I'm meant to. You know, I feel like ancestors are saying, you have us. Don't fear. You have us. You have so much collective wisdom. And we're always there for you. Trust us. Because really what you're doing is trusting yourself. What am I holding? The World. It's interesting how I forget what I'm holding sometimes, just because I'm allowing the messages to come to me. Three major arcanas in a row. We have another king. Now we have the King of Pentacles. We do have Virgo and Capricorn represented. King of Pentacles, though, this is someone who looks at life from the big picture. Remember, the Queen is the one who is looking at those details that others miss, right? She has the ability to read between the lines. King of Pentacles looks at the big picture of life. This is someone who would be concerned. Well, I'm using the word concerned, but this is someone who, you know, if my pentacles aren't aligned, neither am I. Doesn't mean this is somebody who needs to be rich, but stability means a lot. This King is following the world, the next chapter. And then we have the Nine of Swords. I feel like some of you are like choosing between these two kings. Again, can be queens. Interesting. It's interesting because the Nine of Swords is mirroring the Sun. The Nine of Swords talks about sometimes extreme worry. Maybe I just thought something would never come. It would never come to me. And Mother Mary is saying patience, trust in divine timing. Well, we have the world, right? So we're moving into the next chapter. We have our creativity on fire. If not, we have the ability to really connect to that. This Nine of Swords almost doesn't fit. But yet, I feel like there's something going on here between these two kings and someone like, almost like I live with this king and I work with this king. Well, let's look at the bottom of the deck. We have the Three of Wands, and I love that for you. Because this is you looking at life through an optimistic view, through an optimistic lens. This is you thinking about all that can be and not about all that can go wrong. This is the opposite of that. Something stirs your soul. There's that Queen of Pentacles, and right below the Queen of Pentacles is the Ace of Pentacles. This King of Pentacles, I just have a feeling, because we have the Queen right there, and then the Ace, and, oh, well, hello, and then the Hermit, and then the Hierophant, and then the Chariot, card of Cancer. Interesting. Some of you, this could certainly speak of a Taurus. And then we have the Hermit, can certainly be a Virgo. We do have the Hermit right here. And then we do have the Queen now, matching the King, like-minded energy. The Ace of Pentacles, something's coming into your physical world. What's it going to do? It's going to give you, it's going to give you a new outlook on life. That's what it's going to do. It's going to give you a new outlook. All right, let's bring in the crystal vision. And let's go deeper. Look at that. The Knight of Cups and the Lovers. The Knight of Cups, unexpected love. Unexpected. I can't plan for it. Patience. And then the Lovers. Interesting. You know, it's interesting because I feel like a lot of the stories are being told like in these cards going back. Just pay attention because I feel like the signs are coming in different ways. All right, let's begin. All right, we have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands. Well, Seven of Wands puts you in the energy of feeling like you need to defend yourself. You're defending your actions. You know, you're fighting off other people's opinions, let's say. I feel ultimately, because the High Priestess is coming out next to it, it's about maybe not listening to other people and instead listening to yourself. You know, with the Three of Pentacles here, it's telling me, and Judgment is telling me, and the Magician, that, and the Sun and the World, I mean, hello, everything this year, I feel like, is coming within you, if that makes sense. So I feel like don't allow yourself, you know, just like I was saying with relationships, defending my actions. But it is also touching the devil's energy. So sometimes I got to be careful, like, am I fighting, you know, am I defending myself against energy that in the long run really won't matter? You know what I mean? Like, maybe this king is someone that you're with, and maybe this king is someone that's new, that's coming in, or maybe this king is someone you were with. I just get this feeling that you have a right to do whatever it is you want to do. And don't allow others to influence you in a negative way. You know, like saying you can't do that, you won't be any good at that. Or if it's like a relationship you want to leave, like you won't, like no one's going to love you. I've had that told to me, and that was bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, no one will ever love you. You know, you have young kids and all that. You know what I mean? It's just, it's coming from a place of ego. If it's you and your ego, be careful of that. This is definitely a year of being careful of your ego. Or, let's put it a different way. Know what's worth the fight and what's not worth the fight. You have the High Priestess right next to that. So this is you needing just to trust in your own intuition. Then we have the Devil again. For some of you, I feel like I feel like this is, you've learned a lot from this energy. You know, it's interesting because the Hermit, which is right above it, is usually someone who goes through the dark night of the soul, right? Something happens in my life and I can't find like a reason, I can't find a rational explanation for it. I had to go within. I gotta trust my spirit guides. The Hermit does ask those big questions, and the Hermit, if the Hermit allows themselves, receives the answers. Now, are you then creating out of that energy? I feel this all the time in the readings, and that's because I know I have a lot of spiritual based businesses, you know, who are part of the channel. It's interesting how Capricorn and Virgo keep getting kind of tied together here too. Alright, let's keep going. You know, it's like, it almost just feels like something in my life that had tempted me, maybe over and over again, but somehow I feel like you're breaking free from that. You broke free from that. And now, perhaps, because you broke free, now it doesn't have to mean that you then create a business out of all your hardship and sorrow, but it is about, I do feel like, especially you, Cancer, because you have such a loving heart that you naturally want to help others to overcome, because you now understand. Alright, we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant coming over this King of Swords. And then, look at this, Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is coming over the Sun. Well, that's just beautiful. This Hierophant. Card of Taurus. I don't know if I said that. Taurus is now here. Well, okay. I thought we saw it more than once. Oh, under there. So we saw the Hierophant twice. The Hierophant is about your belief system. The truth of it. You know, it's a 5. So change. Anytime you see a 5, you want to consider, is my life looking for a change? Does my life need a change? But what you do want to ask yourself is, you want to question your belief system. Am I living my true belief system, or have I ended up, you know, because of ego type energy and like tempting lower type energy, it could have been, you know, like I was stuck in that for a while. I don't feel like you are anymore, though. So now it's about getting back to you. I feel like because it's a 5 coming over this king may be being eclipsed out, or had been eclipsed out. You know, why would that be? Well, because you may have completely a different value system. And maybe, you know, you've been living within theirs for a while, and it's like, it's just no, 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 no. Just keep going. So we have the Sun with the Ten of Cups over it. We have the Death card, card of Scorpio. But it's the card of endings. And just like a lot of cards here, talking about a rebirth. Oh, we got a train going by. I love when the train goes by when I'm doing it. When I'm doing a reading, I feel like it's our guides, our loved ones that have gone before us, like just saying hi. Anyway, Death card. Again, it's a card that asks you to close whatever doors that aren't serving you. You know, that aren't helping to create the type of life that you'd like to see for yourself. This is about allowing yourself to have a rebirth, but it does require that a door be closed. I don't know why, but I have a feeling this king, male or female, you know, maybe, I just feel like bye-bye. And I'm not even going to say, like, you know, because one's right, one's wrong. What I'm just going to say is I feel like we're just living different lives. Our belief systems maybe at one time matched, but I feel like almost like you've had spiritual growth and maybe they haven't. Now, nothing we can do about that, right? But we can take action ourselves. Like, we can make a choice. Death card. Well, hello, Wheel. Coming over the King of Pentacles. Interesting. So this king is part of your destiny. It is in line with the Ten of Cups. I want to say that there may be a few of you who have already met this king / or queen. And I feel like I need to say that I've got to understand that they may not open up completely right away. It's just not in their makeup. Doesn't mean they don't feel it. I feel like this king / queen, it's not about talk, it's about action. So I feel like they show you. Now, I'm only saying that because I feel like this could be like just the beginning of like, I don't know how they feel, right? They're having, and why? Because I feel like they have a harder time expressing it. Doesn't mean it's not there. Now, the only reason I'm saying that is because I get this feeling like when I first connect with this king, like it makes me feel a little confused. I'm not sure how they feel about me. Well, they're on your wheel. To me, that means it's a soulmate energy. It could be karmic, but I don't feel that at all. I don't feel this is about karmic. This could have been, but this is not. Alright, they're both turned upside down. We'll flip them. We have the 9 of Pentacles over the 9 of Swords. And then, look at this, we have the Star. Card of Aquarius, first of all. But this is about your hopes, your dreams, and your wishes. Interesting. The only thing I don't like is that it's sitting over the 9 of Swords. The 9 of Swords says the worry isn't getting, like, it's unnecessary worry. Maybe I'm worried that I won't be able to find independent success on my own, or that I won't be able to stand, you know, let's say that I am cutting ties with this one king. Maybe part of my worry is, will I be financially successful on my own? Will I be able to create a strong foundation for myself or for yourself and your children, you know, whatever that may be. But the Star is about something that you're hoping, you're wishing to bring to fruition. Patience, right? Trust in divine timing. You got to let the worry go. You know, let me just put it simply. I feel like some are worried because I feel like you want change in your life and it's not happening, and it may be because of another. So I have to make a decision. Now, if that is your worry, it's like your guides are trying to show you that you can certainly create success for yourself. Now, when I say success, it doesn't have to mean that I'm going to be rich. No, this is becoming independent, feeling independent. This is successful self-employment. So that's something. And by the way, mirroring by the 10 of Cups, listen, if I'm working out of my home, well, it might just be one of my wishes coming true. I know that was my wish a long time ago. Like, you know, I always hate getting up in the morning. I'm not a morning person. I'm a nighttime person. That's why I stay up so late. And that's why I don't like the morning. But I've always been that way. And the one thing I always hated about having to go to work is getting up, getting ready, driving to work. You know, once I was there, it's fine. So my dream had been like, one day I don't want to have to drive. Like, I want to create a business out of my home. And lo and behold, it happened. This was not planned. Like, honest to God, none of this was planned. I keep thinking I got to do a video of how I ended up where I'm at. But anyways, I'm only saying that to you because I feel like you can have that come true. Alright, well, we're not going to leave it there, so we're going to bring these right below. And they're going to go right in between. Bring those up, and let's go right in between, and let's connect them. I know, I probably have it too far down. You know, I feel like between 2022 and 2023, if I'm with someone who it just has been not good, I feel like almost like you're being pushed further and further apart, but I have a feeling there's a reason for that. Okay, that's a lot of cards. But I'm going to take them. It's a lot of cards, though. Alright, we have the Queen of Cups. For Cancer. Can be, of course, you. Can be another Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Well, hello, Knight of Pentacles. I love the Knight of Pentacles, because that means that something's coming into your physical world. You know, the Knight of Pentacles is riding on the wings of your guardian angel. Nothing to fear here. Right, but this has taken time. No wonder Patience came out as the first card. This comes at the right time. Listen, maybe I was connected to someone over here that made me, you know, I was constantly defending my ways and my actions. It felt like the energy I was being pulled to was of a lower type energy. I really want to get back to my belief system, my spirituality. Maybe I've grown and another hasn't. But whatever the case, I feel like, you know, with the Death card, it's like, I'm closing the doors that just are no longer serving me. No excuses, right? I am closing the doors because I want these new doors to open. And this is coming right over the world. So I feel like what you've had patience for, now things are moving. We have the Page of Swords. We have the Five of Cups. Coming over that King. We have, there's Three of Wands back again. Let's stop for a second. Queen of Cups. This is someone who is very open to relationships. Not just any relationship, though. You know, I want a relationship of value. I want a relationship of love, of respect, of honesty, of stability, right? I don't want to have to take care of someone who refuses to care for themselves type of energy. So I like that the Queen of Cups opens this line up. It's like, because she appreciates relationships. She appreciates that special person. But listen, if it's the wrong person, I feel like this is cutting those ties, right? Cutting those ties. And then the Knight of Pentacles is like a reward of that, right? Now divine timing has arrived. Your voice, you know, it may sound silly when I say your voice is so important in this world, but it is. Why? Because, listen, I feel like we all become teachers. And then we have the Five of Cups. Well, let's look at this Five of Cups. Because the Five of Cups speaks about the energy of what we have lost, right? This is me in my emotional house, remembering. You know, sometimes woe is me. But also, I want to say in the Five of Cups, it really speaks about once I change my focus, I don't feel sorry for myself, right? Instead, I take the reins in my life. Well, that's a change. And that's what the Five asks for. And when that change happens, there's two cups behind this person that have yet to be discovered. It's coming right over this King of Pentacles, which is also connected to the wheel. And it does change the way you look at life. So I'm feeling, again, this could be someone of a past life, but I feel like you're missing them in this lifetime now. So I feel like don't be surprised if you have some type of communication. You know, I'm looking at this Page of Swords, and all of a sudden I'm feeling like it's a telephone. Like I want the phone's going to ring now. We're in the age of social media, so that can mean anything. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, any of those things. Optimistic. Bring it on. We have the Hangman. Okay, I don't like that again. The Nine of Swords. You know, I feel like it's almost like I'm saying, when is change going to come? When is it going to come? Well, you have to remember that a lot of that is going to depend on you also, right? Because you have to close the door. Like your guides, you know, if you feel like resistance after resistance, trust that resistance, right? Because it's almost like it's pushing you. It's trying to get you to go in a different direction. Judgment again. Wow. Oh, where did this come from? The Four of Swords. I don't know where that came from. But here it is, following judgment. This is healing. This is you healed. You know, body, mind, and soul. Now, I don't mean like all elements are healed. Maybe more. You know, maybe there's like a lot of stress or ego type energy, lower type energy, and it is going to, and then these two Nines of Swords, if I don't look at that, it is going to show itself. It's going to manifest itself through my body in some way. High blood pressure, depression, isolation, right? So I don't want to get stuck in that. Four Swords. Healing the body, the mind, the soul, but there is also another sword there, and that is of your own making. That is your own swords. It's your own truth, right? It's not about judging. It's just like I need to learn my reaction to things, especially if it's something I'm overcoming, because I don't want to go through it again. Right next to judgment, I mean, it's like a spiritual hug. Okay, I've got to know more about this king. I just have to know more. So I'm going to pick these up real quick. And I'm saying that mainly because he's on your wheel. And also because he's under the Three of Pentacles makes me feel like this is someone who will see the uniqueness within you, see you for who you really are, right? No mask is needed. Even if this is someone who, listen, you know, we are who we are, right? And I do feel like earth signs have a harder time expressing how they feel, but they will show it. They're going to show it. Okay, anyway. So I just kind of want to look at this king, and I'm saying that because it's sitting next to the world, which is sitting next to the sun. So this is nothing I have to fear. Matter of fact, what it tells me is anything here is coming in the light, right? It's coming in the light. This is the only thing that doesn't fit. I get it. This may be the type of energy, listen, all you gotta do is take a step. Take one step into it. What doesn't feel right, so be it. Okay. Let's put this wheel up here. Tell me more. Well, that didn't take long. We have the Page of Wands. Hello, the world. And then the Seven of Pentacles. You know, when I see the Seven of Pentacles, I just feel like something is meant to be. It's like in my garden. It's a seed that I planted, and now it's coming to fruition. Now, we know the Knight of Pentacles is bringing in something that changes your physical world. Just feels like it was always meant to be. It doesn't mean that these difficult people, or even people that you loved at one time, weren't meant to be in your life. They were. You know, everything happens for a reason. Even with our free will, there's still much that we can learn. Or a lot of growth. I hate to always say learn, like we're always learning. Well, Earth is like a classroom. But anyways, this king is not only sitting on your wheel, but this king is part of your seeds of attention in this world. Page of Wands, I call my fool, because this is someone who does take a chance. Okay, I don't want to overthink it. I don't even want to bring my thinking really into it, but, you know, I'm only looking at this king, and what does he bring out? The wheel, the world, the Seven of Pentacles. All energy, very spiritual, and all energy of, in tarot, meant to be. The Page of Wands, I feel like, is you, and whether you decide to take a step forward or not. I don't feel like the Page of Wands is really thinking about it. The Page follows her passion, my desire. Maybe I lost desire for one, and sometimes it just happens. I also want to say this king may some way, somehow, I want to say be tied, like tied to your creative house. But another way of saying that is it can be something that you're doing. Let's just say you're doing something on social media. You know, this could be how a reconnection happens. Okay. We have the Eight of Cups. So what I was looking at was this Nine of Swords. I just want to know, okay, how can I get rid of this? Because it just doesn't feel like I don't want it in your reading. How do I get rid of it? Well, I got to go into my emotional house. I got to look within the cups that have been knocked over. Again, not to judge yourself, just to understand. Right? And to understand that we many times have more than one lover in our lifetime. And that's just fine. You know, whatever. To each his own. I don't even know how to say it. Eight of Cups. How do I clear this worry? Excess and unnecessary worry. I need to just look at perhaps past relationships. Listen, maybe you just need to forgive yourself. Maybe you feel like, I mean, you know, I've said it myself. Like, I look back at some of the things and people I've been with, like, and I think, what the hell was I thinking? Well, I was thinking like my brain would think at that year, you know, at that age. But now... So, you know, it's asking you to give yourself a new beginning. It's allowing yourself. You know, think about where this person moves from once I've done this emotional work to the Nine of Cups. Harmony within. I don't know. I feel like that would be the only thing that I would have. And by the way, as I look down where I place it, it's also coming over the King of Swords. Now, again, it doesn't have to just be an air sign. You know, maybe this king who normally is supposed to be truthful and honest, a great communicator. Well, maybe that's what they were. But I do feel like, that energy's leaving. I just do. I just do. Okay. Is there anything else I want to look at? I think I want to just look under Judgment with the sun underneath that. Because don't forget, the sun is like a brand new day. It's living through that inner child. It's unencumbered. There's nothing to fear because everything is illuminated. Eight of Wands, fast-moving energy. Interesting because we open the reading again with patience, trust in divine timing. We have Judgment calling you to the present moment. Why? Because there's some type of rebirth that wants to take place. We know it can and probably will because the world is here. And by the way, it's here twice now. Well, it may talk about these two people, you know, sitting on this same wheel. Fast moving. Also, what I think about, I bring about. Remember that. I can manifest negativity as easy as I can manifest positivity. You know, does this king down here have to be? Of course not. You have free will. But do I feel like the ending of one chapter with maybe someone who, again, produced those Nine of Swords or helped produce those Nine of Swords? I feel like no matter what, that's going to serve you. Ace of Swords. Wow. Truth. Yes. I feel like it's answering like some of the things I just said. Am I saying it correctly? Yes. Communication. Communication may be coming fast and furious. And then I just feel like things change. Things change. You know, if this is about a relationship where you want to stay together, go back to the very beginning when I said that, you know, communication would be the key. But, I'll be honest, I feel like this is more about, not just about who's coming in, but what you're doing in the meantime. You know what I mean? What are you doing in the meantime? First of all, I feel like you're going to stop. Like, if someone keeps telling you that you can't, so you won't, stop listening, right? Because I feel like everything inside of you is pulling you towards a certain type of energy. And I'm not just talking about love, but I'm also talking about what you do in your physical world, in your material world. There feels like there wants to be change. I feel like I want to say I've been living in the dark, but the light is starting to seep in. and I'm going to take advantage of it. All right, let's read patience. And you tell me if you think, or how you think it relates. God's timing is perfect, as this card reminds you. When you pray for help, that request is heard and answered. If your prayers involve other people, their free will decisions influence the timing of the outcome. Heaven knows this and devises ingenious solutions that arrive at exactly the right moment. You receive this card as a reminder to have patience with God's plan and solutions. If you try to control, force, or push your own agenda, you may miss out on an infinitely better alternative. Ask Mother Mary to help you demonstrate her infinite patience and trust in God's timing. Well, that's what the Knight of Pentacles would also represent. God's timing. There are a lot of changes. They feel good. I'm not going to kid you and say like the ending of some things is just a piece of cake. No, it's all process. But if I keep looking forward, like with these Three of Wands, I keep looking at all they can be. But I'm being very honest with myself at the same time. You know, let's not forget, you got, with the Nine of Pentacles, the Star. I feel like you can create whatever you want to create. Alright, I'm going to leave it there. I love you guys. I can't wait to read your comments. It's weird. I'm getting, like, people aren't commenting as much as they used to. And I miss your comments. So, please, just let me know what you think, how it relates. You know, definitely use your own intuition in readings. In anybody's reading. You know what I mean? I want to remind you too, like, this looks fantastic, right? Here's the world. It's part of the wheel. Here's this king that feels just right. You know, does that mean it's like that? No, it's a process. You may be at different parts within the process, but ultimately what it's telling you is you can have the type of life that you want. But you've got to know it. You've got to see it. It's funny. I think I said in another reading, my daughter is into Feng Shui, and she was telling me where your money corner is at. And I said, oh my God, that's the dirtiest corner in my house. So this morning I went and cleaned it all up. You know what I mean? And why am I telling you that? I don't know why I'm telling you that. I don't know. Anyway, maybe some of you are getting into Feng Shui. Alright, I'm going to leave that be. I love you guys so much. Truly. I love your hearts. I know not everyone's going to agree with me, but you know, everyone's different. I just want to thank you. I want to thank you for a great 2022 and just for sticking with me. I know you have a lot of different readers, right? There's a million. I remember when I first started, there wasn't that many, and now they're like everywhere. So be choosy. You know, it is your life. And always trust your own intuition, even over mine. Trust your intuition. Stay optimistic. If issues come up, deal with them. Don't brush them under the rug. Deal with them. Because I feel like as soon as you deal with them, it can then end it. Because you don't want to drag a lot of issues through the year with you. Especially when Saturn's going to be a big part of your year. Okay. I love you guys. I'll see you next time at our table. Bye-bye.